Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Reagan. I know that I have been gone from booktube for like 7 months. It was an unintentional break, but I'm back now. I'm just excited to be back here in this space. I love booktube so much and I love just like getting to share a lot more deep thoughts and experiences with you guys through my reading on this channel, so I'm excited to get back into it. I've got some really fun video ideas coming up in the next few weeks, so I hope that you guys will stay tuned, and I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet today because I'm just so excited to talk about the books that I'm going to be reading in November. We're starting off with a bang because I am going to finish The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. I was having a lot of FOMO in October when I saw everybody reading A Curse for True Love, so I decided to start Once Upon a Broken Heart on my way to vacation in the car, and I fell in love with it. I love Stephanie Garber's writing style. I love the world that she has created in this series. What am I trying to say? I absolutely loved the first book. I gave it 4.5 stars, and so I'm very excited to kind of continue with Jax and Eva in this book. I love Jax so much, and I can't wait to see what they get up to in this book. I've heard that the cliffhanger is absolutely insane. So am I ready? Not really, but I'm excited to see what happens in this story, and definitely go pick this up if you haven't already. Next is a book that I feel like screams fall, and that is When in Rome by Sarah Adams. I read Practice Makes Perfect at the beginning of the summer, absolutely loved it, gave it 5 stars, which never happens, but I gave it 5 stars. I don't even care that it was cheesy. I ate it up. So I'm very excited for When in Rome because it's set in this small town. There's a pie shop. We have like a very sweet, kind of grumpy male main character, Amelia, who is our female main character, who is categorized as the princess of pop, and she comes to this small town to just kind of get away, where she meets Noah, who owns our pie shop. And I just heard that it's very sweet and wholesome, and I love Sarah Adams books, so I can't wait to read this one, and I hope that I love it as much as I did Practice Makes Perfect. Next we have King of Wrath by Anna Huang. I really do love Anna Huang's writing. I've read pretty much all of the Twisted series. I haven't read Twisted Lies, but I've read all the other ones. And one thing about me is I love a billionaire romance. So I'm very excited for this book. I really don't know much about it other than it is a billionaire romance, and there's like a forced marriage of convenience, something like that, which I love. So I'm excited for this one. I'm so sorry. I feel like everyone on YouTube says this, but I need to stop saying excited. I need to stop. Next up, we have a very fun fall read, which is You Again by Kate Goldbeck. I feel like I've seen this circulating booktube and booksta, so I'm excited to give it a go. I've heard the premise being described as a When Harry Met Sally retelling, which is one of my all-time favorite movies, so I immediately had to pick this one up. And the cover is giving what it needs to give. So this is about Ari and Josh, who actually like absolutely hate each other when they first meet. Some things happen, they end up crossing paths years down the road, and they never thought that they would cross paths. But when they do, they kind of spark up this co-ed friendship. It is very much a friendship without benefits. They are just there for each other as strictly friends, nothing more, until one night the lines start to blur. That sounds intriguing, doesn't it? I'm very excited for this. I have heard some mixed reviews, but I'm kind of going into it with an open mind because I do love When Harry Met Sally so much. So I'm really hoping that this is just like at least a fun fall read. Next up, we have Legends of Lattes by Travis Baldree. This is described as like a cozy fantasy, low stakes. It's set in a coffee shop in this little small fantastical town. So that's pretty much all I know about it. I do know that the second book has already come out, and I really want to read that one as well, so I definitely need to get on this one and read it very soon. But I feel like it will be a really good palate cleanser as just like a cozy, low stakes fantasy, which is what I need sometimes after reading like very high stakes fantasy or romantic suspense or things like that. So I feel like this will be a really good cozy and fun palette cleanser for November. The next 3 are my big chunky books for the month, and I'm pretty sure that just by looking at them you can tell who the author is. That's right, it's Miss Sarah Janet. It's Miss Sarah J. Maas. No other. I will be continuing on my Throne of Glass read. I've never read it before, and I will be doing the tandem read this month of Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. I'm scared. I've never done a tandem read before, but I'm excited for what's to come. I feel like it will be a fun experience, and I'm excited to see what these 2 books are about because I loved Queen of Shadows so much that I don't know like what can top it, but obviously I know that there's so much that goes on in these 2 books and also Kingdom of Ash. So I feel like that will be exciting and a fun time. So I will be reading these. Will not really tell you much about these because I don't know. but if you've read them, then you know. I don't know, but you know. This is the last of the physical books that I'm going to talk about, but I have just been craving a reread of House of Earth and Blood, which is like one of my all-time favorite books ever. It's my favorite Sarah J Maas book. I just need to be back with Bryson Hunt so bad. So I really want to try and do a reread of this month, and then hopefully reread House of Sky and Breath in January before Crescent City 3, which I can't even talk about. I'm so excited. I can't even talk about it. I feel like I have bullied all of my friends into reading House of Earth and Blood because I just love it so much, but I'm very excited to, let's cross our fingers, do a reread of this book. Those are all the physical books that I want to read in November, but let's talk about a few upcoming releases, Kindle books, that kind of thing. One of the first Kindle books that I want to read is called The Mistletoe Bet by Maren Moore. It is a Christmas novella. I want to try and get a head start on some Christmas books, so I feel like a novella is a great place to start, and I've heard really good things about this. I've never read a Maren Moore? I'm probably saying that wrong, but I've never read one of her books before, so I'm excited to read this novella, and I think it will be just like a fun Christmas time. Now let's address the elephant in the room, which is the Iron Flame release. How are we all feeling? So I don't know if I'll be able to read it physically because I didn't pre-order on time, but I will definitely be reading on my Kindle regardless. So I will be reading Iron Flame in November. I am excited / scared. How are we all feeling out there? Please let me know. I just don't know where this story is gonna go. I'm excited and scared to see what happens, but I will be reading Iron Flame in November, and also I really want to try and get to Powerless by Lauren Roberts because it also comes out in hardcover on November 7th, so I want to really try and read that. I know everyone on Booksta and people on BookTube have been reading that book, but it comes out in the US, I'm pretty sure, in hardcover on November 7th, so I really want to try and get to that book this month as well. Alrighty friends, so those are all the books that I want to read in November. I am so excited to be back on BookTube. I'm so glad that you guys watched this video. If you've actually made it this far and you want to let me know, and leave a fairy emoji down below because I love the fairy emoji, and we're going to be reading some fantasy this month. Other than that, all of my socials are always linked down below, and you can always go follow me on there if you want to. I'm excited to be back on BookTube, and I've got some really fun and exciting content planned for you guys in the future, and I just hope that you guys are also excited. So other than that, have the best day, weekend, night, wherever you are, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye! Love ya!